I just want to record. We've had very bad weather since yesterday. We've had snow in our city and roads have been closed and houses have flooded and we've had a lot of rain and part of my roof lifted and my house is wet inside. So I had quite a bit of a crisis today and yesterday. So I do apologize for being late for today's lesson. Okay. Sorry that you had to wait for me so long. I just want to see where we were. Page 10 of the lab-grown meat. Okay, so we've done this part of, let's just see before this. We've done everything about the high costs and the protein. I just want to, okay, we've done edible food and packaging. This we've definitely done. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you remember where we ended?
No.
Okay, let's quickly see. We read those articles and then we had to fill in this. I think we must start from this because our lesson was long ago and I don't think we can all remember where we were. But before we do that, before we continue, I first want to find out how was your weekend and how is the weather in Ukraine?
Weather good, hot.
Still very
Mm,
hot.
very but hot, yeah.
What is Yesterday I spoke to somebody in Ukraine and they said 40 degrees.
No, 40 degrees, maybe no, but no hot, yeah.
Not 40 because I'm not sure in what city she is or what country she is, but she said her temperature was 40. So what is yours? Somewhere in the 30s.
Oh, yes, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, but it's still very hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
And we had extreme cold temperatures. Our temperatures yesterday morning was -4, and by lunchtime it was only 3 degrees. So we really did have cold and a lot of snow.
Okay.
Even the city that I live in had some snow yesterday, and that is quite unusual to have snow in our city.
Mm,
And did you do anything interesting this weekend?
no.
Nothing. Play video games.
Yes, this is the best.
The best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, Emma, let's start with this task. Remember, we had the food and about they're going to make edible packaging and they're going to make lab-grown meat and they're going to make 3D meat and or 3D food and they're going to create food from fermentation. And a lot of those things are already happening. If you take fermentation, have you ever heard of kombucha?
No.
Something that you drink. Don't,
No, I
don't,
don't. Yeah.
don't you know kombucha?
I
But,
don't know.
but kombucha is a drink that's made from fermentation. And um, if we go on in the lesson, and we might get there today, do you know what algae is?
Repeat, please.
Do you know what algae is?
No.
I'm sure you do, you just don't know what it's called. If you have a dam or a fishing pond or a swimming pool that you haven't cleaned for a long time, there grows green stuff on the sides. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That is called algae. And do you know that they're already making oil, cooking oil from algae?
Oh my God.
You can imagine the foods of the future are definitely not the foods that we are going to have, that we have today. Okay, let's see, let's start. Okay, These are sentences that come from our previous paragraph. Let's just go through them, and I'm sure you will remember. And if we can remember that we've done this exercise, we go on to the next one. But I think this is a good one to start with. Okay, mimic the taste. Can you remember what that means?
Try to make food taste like another food.
That's right. You copy something. To mimic something is to copy something. And then ready-made means you don't have to do anything. You just get the food and you warm it at home. So you don't do anything. So it's ready-made. And then earthy flavor is something that tastes like it comes out of the earth. And I remember I said to you, can you imagine eating a potato that wasn't washed properly? It has like a flavor, it almost tastes like sand. Remember? So that is an earthy flavor. It's definitely not like a strawberry flavor or a banana flavor. It's something that tastes like it does come from earth. And then edible packaging is when you buy something and you don't have packaging that you throw away, you have reusable packaging or packaging that you can eat. So it's made from natural products. Okay, and then high cost is when something is very expensive. High protein, when something contains a lot of protein. Remember, we spoke about the insects, and we said when they make the insects fine, you can use that powder as flour to bake something because it's very high in protein. So insects are going to be used more and more and more. And then sustainable alternative. What does sustainable mean?
Mm, I don't
Can you
know.
remember? Something that can last, not last forever, but something that you can do forever. So it doesn't help we change our habits, but it's something that can only be a month or two, or a year or two or five. It has to be something that we can do for a very long time. So we change our habit, and that is the way we're going to do things in the future. So we can keep it up. So basically, sustainable is you can keep something up. Okay, let's see if we can fill in the missing words in this exercise. You may please read number 1 for me.
Lab-grown meat is created in labs too, and the appearance of real meat it's
Re-
requires racing
re-
and
requires.
requires and slaughtering animals.
Okay, let's see. Lab-grown meat, remember they said they're going to make meat in labs. They're not going to use real animals. They're going to make meat that looks like meat, but they're going to do it in a laboratory. Lab-grown meat is created in labs to something and appearance of real meat, and it requires raising and slaughtering animals. So they're going to make this meat, and what do they want to have this meat be like?
Be like real meat.
Like real meat. So which one of the mimic? That's right. They want to mimic, they want to copy the taste of meat so that we think it's real meat. Okay, and that it tastes like real meat. And it requires raising and slaughtering of animals. What is slaughtering of animals? What does that mean?
Um,
I did
mm,
explain to you slaughtering.
mm,
Okay, it has something to do with killing of animals.
uh, animals may be safe.
No. Slaughtering is when you kill animals, especially with the idea of eating them. So it's not an animal that dies from itself or an animal that you kill for another reason. It's an animal that you kill especially with the idea, or the only idea is, I am killing this chicken because I'm going to eat this chicken. I am killing this cow because I want to eat this cow. So that is slaughtering, killing something, um, especially for the idea of eating them. Okay, let's see. And remember in our exercise that we read, I know it's long ago, but they also said we have to say if these are true or false. So if we put in there, lab-grown meat is created in labs to mimic the taste and appearance of real meat, and it requires raising and slaughtering of animals. Do you think that sentence is true?
Mm,
Is that
false.
said? Why is it false? Because?
Yeah, true.
No, you have to tell me why. If it's true or false, you have to tell me why.
Why true? Oh,
Why true or why false?
because I want.
Okay. I'm going to help you with this one. This one is false because lab-grown meat has nothing to do with real meat. You don't need a real cow or a real sheep or a real chicken to grow something in a lab. So it requires raising and slaughtering animals. No, it does not, because it's only made in the lab. It doesn't need animals. You don't need animals to grow something in a lab. You use chemicals and other things to grow something. So that sentence is false. Do you understand why?
Mhm.
Okay, because you don't need to raise animals and slaughter them if you're growing something in a lab. Okay, let's see number two.
Um, One of the challenges associated with lab-grown meat it is and the need for special growth conditions.
Okay. One of the challenges, a challenge is a nice word for a problem. So one of the things that we're going to have a problem with, one of the problems associated with lab-grown meat is something.
I
And the need for specific growth conditions. You can't grow meat if it's too cold or too hot or whatever. It has to be the right temperature, for example. And you're going to need the exact right chemicals. So, what other thing is going to contribute to the problem of making meat in a laboratory?
high cost and it's rule.
High cost, that's right. Okay, we've used high cost and we have used mimic the taste. Okay, so it's going to be very expensive because can you imagine creating a steak this size or the palm of your hand size? It's not just going to be one, two, three. There's a lot of work that goes into creating that steak. So, yes, it's going to be very, very costly. So, let's see. Is that going to be true or false?
Mm, true.
True, because it is going to be very expensive and you have to have the right conditions to do that. Okay, let's see number three. Scientists.
Scientists are working on a process called fermentation to convert hydrogen nutrients and carbon dioxide from the air into a powder that can be added to food.
Okay,
Like protein, maybe.
perfect. They want to use, and how are they going to do that?
Um, this is I don't know, and
Okay. They are going to most probably use insects and ferment them to make a product that we can eat. Remember, we said insects are going to become more useful. They're going to be more the way of life. Instead of meat, we're going to have insects that they use for making meat for us. Okay, so let's see. Scientists are working on a process called fermentation to convert hydrogen and nutrients and carbon dioxide from the air into a high protein powder that can be added to food. That is true because they are working on that. And in a lot of countries, especially Asia, they are already doing that. Okay, our next one, number 4.
3D food printing is a technology that allows you to design meals on a computer and instantly create dishes.
Okay,
Yes.
what dishes? If it
Ready,
means, say again.
ready, ready-made.
That's right, because you're going to put into your computer, I want to eat pasta and it must look like this and it must taste like this, and then it's going to come out and it's going to be ready. You don't have to cook it. So, how that works, I'm not quite sure. I don't understand that one because I don't understand 3D printing anyway. So, I don't understand how are they going to make food from a computer. To me, it sounds quite messy and it feels like it's going to taste like plastic. So, I'm not sure about that one. So, is that true or is that false?
Uh, to,
It's also true because apparently they are making that already, but not in my country or not where I do shopping. So I don't know about that one. Okay, let's see. Number 5.
mm, aims to change food packing by using materials like pepper or banana leaves, which can change the taste of the food inside. Um,
Okay,
e- Edible pack,
okay, that's right. But we pronounce this word as edible packaging. Say edible over there.
uh, edible
That's
packing.
right. Edible packaging. So we don't say eatable packaging, we say edible packaging. That's right. Now they're going to use all kinds of things in nature to do packaging of food. And if you think for a practical example, if you take our ice cream that's in a cone, don't you think that cone is already edible packaging? You order ice cream and you get a scoop of ice cream, and they don't put it into a little bowl, they put it into a cone. So the cone is the little dish basically that the ice cream is in. Do you think that is edible packaging?
Mm, mm, false.
It is because, and you also get little bowls that look like the bottom of a cone. They call them sugar bowls, sugar cone bowls. Um, I'm sure you've seen them. Let's quickly see. Um, I want to show you a picture. Okay, little bowls like that, and
Mhm.
you can put ice cream in them. You can put ice cream in them and you can put fruit in them and you can put anything in them
Mm.
Now, when I opened it, it went to the Alibaba site so that I can buy it. But I definitely don't want to buy. That's the first site that opened with the pictures. So you've seen those. You use them and you put your ice cream in and you put your pudding inside of them. And then when you're finished, you actually eat the bowl. But does that bowl change the taste of whatever is in there?
Mm. Mm.
No, it doesn't. Your ice cream still tastes like ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't change the taste. Um, that one was, okay, so we had edible packaging, but read carefully this one to answer the true and false question. Edible packaging aims to change the food packaging by using materials like paper or banana leaves, which can taste which can change the taste of the food inside. Do they want to change the taste of the ice cream by giving it to you in a little cone?
Mm.
No, we don't want to change the taste. So that one is false because if you buy anything, you don't want it to be to the packaging to change the taste of whatever is in there. So that one is false. We don't want packaging to change the taste. Packaging must keep the taste normal, like we do, even if we eat the packaging afterwards, like a cone. Okay. And then number 6.
Inspector being
No,
considerate.
insects,
Mhm.
insects. Remember, insects that they're going to make fine and put into food, like worms and crickets and all kinds of strange things. Okay, crickets, or sorry, insects,
Are being considered as a traditional meat due to the high protein content and
environmental.
environmental benefits.
Okay, so insects are being considered as something that we're going to have to use in the future. We're changing the using of meat to using insects because, like I said to you, when you have a lamb or a cow or something, or even a chicken that you need to slaughter to make food, you have to wait for that chicken to grow. It's not now it comes out of the egg and you can eat chicken meat immediately. The chicken first has to grow for a certain size. I don't know how long chickens grow. Let's say they grow about a year before you can actually eat them. So that takes very long. Insects reproduce very fast. So there's always going to be a lot of insects. So what do you think the answer to that one is?
Um, it's being considered as a sustainable uh,
That's right.
G.
Sustainable alternative. And what does sustainable alternative mean? I did explain
No,
it in the beginning of the lesson.
like another mm, how no.
Something that can carry on forever. It's not something that we decide, okay, now we're going to do this, and it's like a trend. It's only going to last a year or two. So, sustainable means it can carry on for many, many years. We can change the way we think, and it's going to last for 50 years before we discover something new. Okay, so let's see our true and our false. Insects are being considered as sustainable alternative to the traditional meat due to their high protein contact and content and environmental benefits. Is that true? Are they going to use insects in the future instead of meat?
No, I'm not going to use insects in.
It's not going to be a choice, my dear. But the answer is true because there are more people on earth and people need to eat. And raising cattle and raising chickens and lamb is taking too long. So they're going to have to start doing something else. So, yes, it's true because that is the way of the future. If you think about shakes, I'm not saying all shakes have insects, but if you think about shakes that are powders, it could, with high protein, how do we know that they haven't used insects to make that high protein?
Mm,
Scary thought. Okay,
yeah.
number 7. This one's easy because there's only one answer left.
People who have tried insects often describe them as having a nutty or earthy flavor.
Okay, people who have tried insects, which is not you and I, we don't try insects. We leave that to the Asians. I think they like insects. People who have
Yeah.
tried insects often describe them as having a nutty or a earthy flavor.
No.
That's
Mm,
the only one that's left. So it has a nutty or a earthy flavor. I would not know because I have not tried insects. But do you
why?
think it's why? Because I think it's rather gross. If you give me something to eat and you tell me, ah, here is some nice ice cream. It's been made from insects. Am I going to eat it? No. If I give you something and I say, Emma, you must taste this. It's the most delicious shake that you can ever replace a meal with. It's made with insects. Are you going to have it?
Yes.
Well done for you. I'm not going to have it. And I tell you, okay, this one is worm flavor and this one is cricket flavor. Which one would you like to try?
Both. All. I try
Both.
all.
Okay, you're a very, very brave girl. Okay, my dear, and that is true because they are going to use that, and the Asians are already doing it. Let's quickly go out of Zoom before we do our next slide. Okay, see you in a minute.
Mhm.